it's time to talk about perfectionism in business. We have to discuss why it is holding you back and how you can move forward. Let's do this. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kev the Builder. We're not on 50 subscribers anymore. We're actually on 60. I would appreciate it if you subscribe. Let's go for this 100 in the next few months. Let's do this. Back to topic. Perfectionism is a trait that everyone strives for. Everyone wants to do something perfect and the right way. But when taken to the extreme, it can actually hold you back. So let's first start off with what is perfectionism. Perfectionism is the act of setting extremely high standards for oneself, and you're constantly trying to meet it or exceed it. I'm not talking about just high, I'm talking about extremely high. And while this may seem like a positive trait, it can actually lead to a lot of stress, a burnout, and even prevent you from reaching your goals. Yes, I said it. And perfectionism tends to come in two forms, in either healthy or unhealthy. Healthy perfectionism is when you set high standards for yourself, but you also understand that mistakes and failure is part of the journey and will come along the way. On the other hand, unhealthy perfectionism, that's another level. This is when you really become fixated on being perfect. Like, you're gonna look at every dot in your blog, you're gonna look at every comma, every little detail. You're trying to make everything perfect, and you're unable to accept any mistakes. Any mistakes is gonna drive you crazy. And what happens mostly in business, when you're a perfectionist, you spend way too many time on a task that had to be done long time. I see it enough with content creators. They make a video and they can't post the video because they're so perfectionistic, because they want a video to be so perfect that they never get to post it. So they take 20 days to post one video while someone else posts 20 videos in those 20 days, and they grow faster. Now I want to talk about the downsides of perfectionism in business. I just mentioned before how perfectionism can kill your business, because one of the biggest downfalls of it is that it can impact your productivity and your performance. Because when we focus so much on being perfect, like I said with the video example, you want to make sure that it's perfect, and there are going to be mistakes sometimes. It can happen. It limits your creativity and your innovation actually. Perfectionism can also be very harmful for your mental health. It can cause low self-esteem, anxiety, and possibly depression. But I'm not a psychologist, so that's something for another day. And most importantly, it's going to keep you from enjoying the most important part of the journey. That's when you do win. So now that you know what perfectionism is, how do you go about it now? When I first started this business, I wanted to have everything perfect from top to bottom. It led me to spending months on a website that nobody visited the first few months, and I was like, damn, how in the world that happened? I spent so much time and I made it perfect. Why is nobody finding it? Because I spent my time on the wrong things. I had to spend my time looking for clients. I had to spend my time on marketing. I had to spend my time on sales. Not a stupid website. The website could have been done in 3 days. But because of my perfectionistic traits, I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to move exactly the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to look the way I wanted to. I wanted the logo to be perfect. And I learned the hard way that it doesn't work that way. And perfectionism doesn't only have to happen in business. It can hold you back in your careers. Maybe you're a part-time entrepreneur or you want to become one and you're working right now. It will hold you back. So how can we move forward and we can overcome perfectionism? Well, this is not going to be an easy one, because as a business owner, you want to keep striving for the best. You want to be perfect. So how can you know? Let's dive in. You want to start by setting realistic and achievable goals first of all. Don't set something to the moon and then you can't go to the moon. Start with small little goals, like getting your first client. Don't make a goal to go and make $200,000 in your first year. That's a tough one. Even though we've seen a lot of stories online about how someone made $10,000 the first month, how someone made $100K in 6 months. These are very small chances. So what you want to do is stop aiming for perfection and start aiming for excellence. And try to consider it as a journey rather than a goal. I know it sounds a little difficult, but once you start to vision it that way, you're going to find it much more enjoyable. And adopting a growth mindset will help you in this process, because you're going to understand that mistakes and failures is part of it. You know that it's going to happen, so you're going to keep going and you're not going to break down when one does happen. And it's also important for you to practice self-compassion and self-care. Give yourself permission to make mistakes, and don't be too hard on yourself when things don't go as planned. Learn to balance your work and your leisure time, and I repeat, don't neglect your health and well-being. That's all I got for today. So to conclude, perfectionism can be good, perfectionism can be very bad. It does more bad than good. It depends on how high your goals are set. If you set your goals extremely high, there's a high chance you probably won't reach them. If you set them at a normal rate and you reward yourself in the time, you give yourself time, you give yourself a little rest, you're going to reach them. It's your boy Kev the Builder. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe. We're looking for subscription number 100 in the coming months, and you could be the next one. Let's do this.